Gentlemen, ladies, welcome back. We've got some changes to make. Do you see what it is? Do you see what the changes are that need to be made? Yep, you were right. Well done. It's everything. We're going to be doing... Oops, there's a hole there. We're going to be doing some terraforming today because this place needs tidying up. I want it to look a little bit neater, a little bit less natural. I feel like this whole power plant thing would suit a sort of bit more sort of constructed island. We're going to get rid of all the sand, stuff like that. And we're going to start with this hole because it's been bothering me for ages. That's so much better. Okay. You see that little guy bouncing up and down over there, by the way? That's another zombie villager. I captured him. This guy over here has terrible, terrible, terrible trades. So maybe that one will be better at trading. We will try and... Ooh, I've got things in here. That's cool. I'll have them. We've got him to heal, but I think I'll leave him over there probably. And today's going to be an episode of sort of a lot of heavy cutting and things. I'll probably record this over the course of a day or two. I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of this sand, replacing it with grass. I went off camera over here and got a ton of grass and dirt. We're going to be getting rid of this valley here, chopping down that tree, covering it over so it's nice and flat. And then we also need to work out, because this has been bugging me for a while, we need to find out what to do about a doorway for this whole power plant thing. I really haven't left myself anywhere good for a door. To be honest, the best place for a door would be that green panel there, but that's by the redstone, so we can't go there. So we may need to change the front of this to allow for a door, and maybe actually bring the floor out along here a little bit. Not sure about that, but let's start by getting rid of the sand, I guess. I do have a bit of a shovel left. We can't sleep. Zacloud is on. She's exploring, looking for a jungle on her horse. Good for her. We really need to find a jungle. It's been a long time. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit, I guess. Before, after, or during, I guess. I started by just sort of filling in, and then realised that there's actually 2, 3, 4. Oh, I should have torches here. I'm a fool. That's not where it goes. Right, there. Okay. I figured out that I should really think about this a little bit more. So I've kind of placed down a load of grass. I'm sort of following the outline of the island, but it's going to be nice and flat, and we're probably going to have sort of walls coming up that go straight down to the sea with a stone motif or something like that. And then I realised there's a couple of different levels to think about here. Like the actual power plant is on a different level to this section, so I sort of started drawing out a border around this, and then over here there is a third level which is lower down, which I think I was originally going to think, well, I'll just make it all the same level, but it would add a little bit of character to have some steps and different heights. So I'm sort of drawing out outlines at the moment to work out where I want the terrain to go. Over here we're effectively quite a bit lower down compared to the level above, but I figure it might be quite cool to have a bit of a wall here, maybe some plants hanging down over it, or like 2 high plants resting against the edge here. Probably going to end up with some pretty sheer walls down here, because before it's just been hanging over the edge of this island, and I've mostly been... Yay! She died. I don't know if I showed that clip or not. Woo! So yeah, I've mostly been leaving the floor underneath blank, because I don't know, I might want to build something down there or run wiring, and it'll just save me filling it in and then digging it out again. But we're sort of getting there. I'm not sure how to tie these 2 bits together. We've got this level here, and then this level here, and I still don't really know what to put the door, because I figure we should have at least a little bit of space on level with the power plant so we can walk alongside it and admire it. And then this level, I don't really know what I'm doing, I guess. I haven't really done much terraforming in my time. I'm out of dirt. So I don't really know how to tie these 2 together, but I figure there should be... Maybe it shouldn't come out quite this far. Maybe I'll move it back to there or something, and then have it shelve over. I'm not sure, but this is sort of this is what's going on at the moment anyway. A lot less sand anyway, that's good. and we've got the shaft mine down there. It's very dark. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. Let's see. I tried this thing with the slabs and I don't like it, but we do need some comfortable way to get up and down here. And then I've basically brought it along, and then it goes down a step, and at the same time that ledge there ends and crosses over. I've kind of followed the edge of the island a little bit with the outline, and then over here it completely overhangs. Well, I don't know. This is my first attempt. Your opinions would be good. I'd appreciate it. The grass is slowly spreading. I've got torches everywhere, so they'll have to go at some point. I don't like them, but for now they're spaced with a 4-block gap between each torch, which is just the right amount to make sure no mobs spawn. Technically, hopefully. Storage room / house. Do you think I should build a house on this island or a storage room? Because I've had enough of living on this lawn. It's now a lawn, but it was a beach. I'm thinking there's a couple of things I could do. I mean, there's a huge... I could have a floor here and then have my storage on the upper half of this, or I could have my storage under this. There's room there as well. Apart from the wire, actually, there is a redstone wire that runs exactly down the middle. And by exactly, I mean not at all exactly. Or I could do an underground storage room, or I don't really know. I mean, there's lots of things I'd like to try doing. So if you've got any suggestions for whether you think I should have a house with a storage room, or put it in there somewhere, or build a separate building for it, we're going to have to start building some things to connect to this rotten power plant soon. And as I've said many times now, the redstone is nearly done for it. Just 1 or 2 kinks I have to work out, and I don't have a huge amount of time. You know what, let's go cure that villager a second. Okay. You want something, guy? There we go. Oh, there we go. What have we got? 16 raw steak for an emerald. You, sir, have a much better business model than that fellow over there. Let me tell you. 16 raw steak. I think I've cooked all my steak, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I don't really know how to get him over here, but I'm not really sure where to put the villagers anyway, because I'm doing some rebuilding stuff. So I might go get some steak though, because I'm curious to see what this guy offers after this. After the stupid 7 emeralds for a saddle trade. Maybe you'll give me something good eventually, huh? I'm going to go over to Zacloud's farm and see what we can get from there. Alright, I'm back. You can get a lot of raw steak from a cow farm if you have a looting 2 sword like I do. That was pretty nice. So we've got a couple of stacks now. Let's see how many emeralds we can get. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we should see what else. Oh no! No, you can't have those. I have to give them to you. You don't just get them. And you can't go out either. What else do you have for sale? Raw... I was just over there! Okay, well, I'll be back later. For now, those 7 will allow me to see what the next trade is over here. And we'll see what comes after the... This is probably a waste of time considering the whole trading system changes in the next version. But, you know, I'm kind of curious. I haven't really played with villagers much myself ever before. Right, 7 emeralds for a saddle. 7 emeralds for a saddle. I can go put this with my other saddles now. Oh, wait, I don't have room. Well, I do, actually. I have a lot of iron picks. Does anyone want some free iron picks? Because I don't really need them. What have you got now? Oh, come on! Nothing new? Has one of these gone down in price? Indeed. What's the catch? Your chests might have less space in them. Which is why I want to get rid of mine. Better than throwing them away. I guess I could potentially use them. I've got a lot of diamond picks though. But, I don't know. No, not enchanted. But they come with patented Enchanto technology. So that you can add any enchant you like. Asterisk. Only pick specific enchants. Only pick supporting enchants allowed. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's go get some steak. No, pork chops. Nope, nearly fell for it there. Let's get some... You drive a hard bargain. I'm going to drop these off over by his rail or something. What? Oh, come on. Did a zombie get to him? Oh, man. Alright, well, I may have a ton of meat for no reason now. And look at that zombie go. Can you pick up an item, guy? Yes, you can. Good. Right, let's try this again. I wonder whether a baby zombie got in through that gap or something, or whether the zombie reached him through the gap there. I don't know. At least he didn't despawn. But on the other hand, we may very well get a different villager this time. That's actually an interesting point. We're in hard mode. Zombie villagers always get turned into... No, villagers always get turned into zombie villagers. I wonder if you could make some sort of contraption where if you didn't like the trades the zombie offered, rather than having to go get a new zombie villager, you could infect him using a zombie and then cure him again. It would be quite intensive on gold. Actually, I think that's a full stop there. It would be quite intensive on gold, but yeah. Let's see what we get when this guy heals, and also try and shield him from worldly harms. There we go. There we go. This is a different villager who doesn't care for meat at all. Well, I guess I can use it for food. 1 emerald for 4 redstone. I don't have any way to get emeralds anymore, guy. I have 1 emerald left. Also realised this isn't going to actually protect him from baby zombies. It would have to be like this. Can we trade with him like that? Stand there. No? Okay. Huh, okay. Right. You better give me something for this. You better give me an emerald trade. Go on. Yep. That's a boy. Ah, okay, I thought that would happen. Right, well, we can't really do anything with him now. Nothing at all. I've just realised what's happened. I've been distracted again. We're doing villager stuff. I was going to be terraforming. Okay. You know, I've been playing this game for a long time, and there are some things that you expect to do, you know, while you're playing, and there are others that you don't, and dusting your sugarcane is not one of them. But it appears to be the case that we have a layer of dust building up on top of our sugarcane, and I have this feeling this may become a routine cleaning job. It's kind of interesting that you can hold carpet up with sugarcane, though. Might be worth bearing in mind, because it's basically it's a platform you can walk under. Kind of looks interesting. Yeah. So I was I went over here to get some dark oak saplings. I'm out of dark oak wood. And I noticed that Zacloud has villagers over here. Actually, they were inside earlier, and I was walking up towards this door, and suddenly the door opened in my face, and I was like, ah! But it's just villagers with terrible trades. We could do a written book trade, potentially. I have a lot of leather. But there we go. Do we have any rotten flesh, actually? I hadn't thought to check this. Every now and again... Actually, do you know what? I don't think I will have, because I have not been filling up the payment... Oh, look! The workbench is dusty. This game selectively dusts things, let me tell you. And somebody filled up my pot as well. People are just messing with me. It's not even funny. Oh, right. It's okay, though. At least our shelving unit is still okay. I am an item. So that dust is meant to be there. That's proper carpet, not carpet dust. What do we have over here? We've got some things over here, actually. I'm not really building over here anymore. I should probably try and take these back home with me. I don't have room for everything. And we're going to go and... Those villagers are going to get out. I just know it. They're going to die. It's a sad, sad fact, but that's the way that villagers are. I forgot I had all this stuff. Not that any of it's particularly useful. Some more carpet in there. But yeah, I wanted to get some dark oak saplings because the dark oak saplings are over this way, actually. So this is the next... Actually, this is several days later after the clip you just watched. A lot of stuff been going on. 2, 3, 4. Been very busy, actually. Organising things and setting things up, and there's a lily pad there. Oh, I remember what I wanted to check while I was here. Do you know what I haven't checked in a long time? The slime farm. Probably not the best thing to check with a full inventory, but let's go have a look and see how we're doing on slime balls, because this thing is basically, whenever anybody's at the hub, is active. So let's see how many delicious slime balls we have collected. This is one of the first things I built. Ooh, 2 and a bit stacks. 2.5 stacks. It's 5 stacks so far. A free slime ball that I can't pick up. Whoa, this corner's favoured. Nice. And over here, these slime blocks will be useful when the update comes out. Do you reckon that's purely coincidence that this one has by far the least and this one has by far the most? Do you reckon there's a favoured direction for slimes? Or, I mean, they don't track from further than 16 blocks away, I don't think, so I can't really imagine that it would be a case of where people are standing in the overworld up top here. I don't know, that's kind of interesting. It seems a little bit outside of the law of averages, but there you go. Okay, that was weird. So, yeah, I've been doing a little work here, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing, it turns out. Although I should have suspected that. I don't really like this wood border thing. I play the game properly, Sparks. Come on. So I don't really know about that. I'm gonna try maybe something else as well. I was sort of going for the clay feel that the power plant has, but I don't think it's really working. So I'm gonna try something else here. You know what? I'm liking that. That's not too bad. So I've got brick stairs, cobblestone walls with green clay behind, and then some dark oak wood as well to add a little bit of colour. That doesn't look too bad at all, actually. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you got any suggestions. Over here, the walls are 3 high, so we may need to change it up a little bit. I've already said I'm thinking about maybe having some... We'll see how it looks, but having some plants sort of spilling over here, maybe on the walls. We also need to do something probably quite a bit more complicated for the front of the building here. I'm thinking like this this wall here that goes into the water. I'm thinking because it's by the front, it'd be quite cool to have like a circle with an S in it or something, with a bit of glowstone behind or something to give it some light. I reckon that would look quite cool. There's a lot of mobs over there. So yeah, that's kind of cool. I like the little bit of light you get on the SRP. Sparks rotten power. Yeah, I think, do you know what? I think that's going to be about it for this episode. Because it's taken me quite a long time to make it and I want to get it out. So it might be a tad shorter than usual. However, I am nearly at 30 levels. So if we go take care of this backstroke zombie and some of these mobs over here, we get to level 30, we can finish off with a nice enchantment. Okay, well, we're going to finish off the episode by doing a sword. I'm always looking for that elusive looting 3. Let's see how we do. It'll do. See you guys next time.